Okay guys, welcome to another live support desk brought to you by Zenler's education team. So I'm going to be here for about an hour. You're free to jump in on the link when we hit the 6 o'clock and you can ask your questions. Now, I'm going to be just showing a quick video of what we do here for the live support desk, just so that you guys know what's going on and you know our policies. So just watch this and then I'll be back with you. What to expect during this live support session. These recordings are put onto our YouTube channel as replays. They may also be used for our social channels. You have the right to turn your camera on or off. You have the right to come on camera or not. Participants that have their camera on take priority to questions. Only after the questions asked by live participants will questions in the chat be answered. Let us begin and get you moving forwards with your Zenler site. Okay guys, so I can see that I have a few people in here. I have Leonilda and I have Marija, and I've got an iPhone join me as well. So guys, if you want to come on camera, just let me know and I can unleash the cameras. So I'm going to do you one at a time. So whoever wants to respond first gets to be live and I will answer your questions as best I can. Now remember, this is not technical support questions. So if you ask a technical question, I will be saying, no, you need to go to support@zenler.com. Okay. So just to let me know. So you're in here, you got questions you want to ask, put it in the chat. So you want to come on camera and I can just unmute and I can let you have your video open as well. Right. Do you want to come on camera, Leonilda? Okay.
Hello.
Right. Hello. Let me just allow you to start videos. Okay, you should be able to come on camera now, Leonilda. How may I help you today?
Okay. So basically, hi.
Hello.
It's nice to speak to you live after watching so many videos.
Oh,
Uh,
fantastic.
and I have my trainee here with me. Uh,
Oh, we got a VA.
yes. So it's fantastic because we are just I've been using Zenler for a year and she just joined us. And so for me, Maria, I don't know what your question is, but for me, my question is more about how to make the most. Oh, there's an echo. I don't know why, but anyway, how to make the most of the funnels and the live classes, like how to be able to recycle what we do in our live classes so that they can be in a funnel. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, so you want to basically, from a live class that you're doing, like this, for instance,
For
you want to be
instance,
able to put this into a funnel as a lead generator. Yeah,
yes, yes,
simple as that.
yes.
Yeah, really easy. You just need to do your live like you're doing now. Make sure you turn your cloud recording on in Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can download that. Generally, personally, I edit all the videos, so I download them from the cloud. Gives me about 8 different videos, and feel free to jump in, Marija, if you need any, want to ask anything. So once you've got them downloaded, you can edit them together to make them look fantastic, right? You might also want to put a CTA on the end or something, driving people to a course. And then all you need to do is really simple. You just need to create your funnel and drop a video in. So I'm going to share my screen, and I think I've got a couple of little ones here, so I can just show you. And it's
Okay.
super simple. So you know how funnels work, don't you, Leonilda?
Not really.
Oh,
Guilty as charged.
right. So I might need to send you to some training for funnels, but it's super, super simple.
Yes.
And maybe Marija will. Am I saying it right? Marija?
Maria.
Oh, Maria. All right, because you've got J in it. Maria. Okay, good. Right. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Right. So this is just a simple funnel here. This is just an opt-in funnel, okay? And once you create this, you'll have the ability to set up automations. So let's not talk about the funnel steps at the moment. Let's talk about the automations. So with the funnel steps, there's normally an opt-in. Someone puts their name and their email address, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, once they put their name and email address, you're going to want to contact them and you're going to want to send out a welcome email like welcome to my free webinar, you know, that I've given you for free and all that stuff. So you can do that, but in the automations area of the funnels, you just go and it works like any of the automations, course automations as well, Leonilda. So it's exactly the same, right? So inside here, you've got your automations and your automations can be delayed from opt-in or subscription. So they put their name, email, and then this will fire because this is 0 and 0. So you can set it if you wanted to, you could do a sequence of emails going out every day. So the first one will be 0. So when they opt in, then you could set another one up that goes 1 day later by putting 1 in there, etc., etc. Or you can also do it by date as well. So if you've got date specifics, you can put dates in there as well. Right, so that's the automations part. So generally you would send them an email saying go to a particular step in the funnel, right? So what is a step in a funnel? Well, the step in a funnel is like your pages of the funnel. So you start with something like an opt-in page there. So they put their name and their email in there. Then they click that and the automation goes off. Yeah, so they receive that. Check your inbox. Make sure you've, you know, put something in there. Check that that your inbox. So it'll normally go to a thank you page straight after here, and this is the thank you page. So check your inbox. Check your mail. They'll get an automation that will lead to another step in the funnel. So let's just say this step in the funnel. So you'll send an email out by copying this link, this step in the funnel, and you'll put that into the automation. Are you with me, Leonilda?
Yep, totally. With
Right,
you.
fantastic. So in this page, and by the way, you can clone these. So you've only got to create, what I do is I delete the ones that are in there out. I do a base one and I clone it for the thank you page and I clone it for the next step. Saves you valuable minutes, right? Or in some cases, hours. So once you've got that step in there, you can edit the step and you simply drop your video in there. So you've processed your video. You can see there's a video in this one. We put one on here. So what you would do is you would place it wherever you like. So let me just say I'm going to put it into a mid row there. I'm going to add an element. I'm going to go to video. Then I'm going to upload my video there, which you've got that you've edited from your cloud recording when you did your webinar. And then simply it will drop in. So you'll do that and then it will drop in there. You can, of course, in the page builder, make these things bigger. You know, if you want to radius the corners, you can do things like that in there to give it, like, let's make it really massive so you can see what's going on, right? So, and you can put border styles around it if you want to, like a solid border style with 4, make it white, and then you've got something like that. Yeah?
Yep.
Super simple. And then that email goes off to them and points at this step in the funnel, which you copy there. So you'd copy that, you'd go into your automations on your welcome email, you'd go, here's your free webinar, and then you'd drop the link in here. Here is your free webinar. And then you can either paste the link in or you can just go to link, insert link, drop it in there, click insert. And now if I preview that, you're going to see there's a link in there. And if I right hand click and go to open link in new tab, you'll see that page will come up. Yeah, and obviously your video would be put underneath. I haven't saved the page, but that would, let me save the page so you can see it. Just, I have to take it out. Well, I'll refresh this page and you'll see it will appear down the bottom on the right page. Am I on the right page?
It looks
That's the
nice.
page. That's the one. Click that there. So you also notice on this page, Leonilda, that I've also put CTA at the bottom. So I created a block there. So if they're seeing your free content, they'll scroll down and they'll go, oh, you got a meditation class. Oh, it's only $19. I'll click that and buy it. So that will go off to your course. There you go. So you've got a full structure, and you could put that into the automation emails as well. So after you've done this, you've set up the funnel, you've got the automation going to that step with the video in. You might want to set another email up a day later saying, or 2 days later saying, did you enjoy my free webinar? Do you know I've got a course on this and I'm giving you an early bird discount, and you could apply a coupon to that, or you could just send them directly to it. That's it. Super, super simple.
Okay. Okay. All right. Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you. It sounds super easy. Let's see once we get to start doing it. So thank you very much, David.
That's all right. If you just have a look. I mean, Mamit's on Saturdays. She can help as well. But what I suggest you do is maybe do it now. Just set one up now quickly. Just test it out, and then you can jump in. I'm in for an hour, so you might, if you do have any problems, you can just
That's a good
jump
idea.
back in here.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea. Brilliant. Love it. Thank you.
fabulous. Good to see you both. Have you got any
Okay.
questions, Maria?
Yeah. Let's see.
Let me just. You should be able to unmute. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you. I'm just not clear, where do funnels, when we make them, where they pop up? On our website or somewhere else?
In what regard? Where do you, what are you expecting it to happen?
Like, I didn't realize, so when you make a funnel like the one that you made now, where can people find it so they can actually put their email address in?
Right. Okay. So again, super simple. The funnels are self-contained, so you have to link them in your site pages to those funnels if you want to do that. Like, there's two routes. One is if you've got people coming to your homepage, you might want to tell them about a funnel, and then you might want to send them into that funnel. And it's as simple as creating a button linking to the first step in the funnel, the opt-in page. But other people might not want all of their funnels. Some people have got 20, 30, 40 funnels. They're not going to put them all on their homepage. That's crazy. So what they'll do is they'll create a funnel, and then they'll market that via social media and send them to that URL. You understand?
Yes.
Right, let me just show you now so it's absolutely crystal clear. So, for instance, let's go to this website where I think stuff is linked up. You can see I've got Dale in here from the Accelerator program, and Declan as well. Good to see you. So you're very familiar with this site. So inside here, we have, look, 5 top tips freebies. This is the home page of this site. So all I did was create this CTA block in here and put a button in there, and that button links to the funnel. So if I click it, there you go, name, email. Right, so that's as simple as that. But if I took that CTA block out, if I remove this block completely, and I just wanted to market it in its own right, I could just use the link. So I could just go into the link itself. So I could just supply that via my social media, and there you go, they can come straight into it. So there's 2 ways. You could also connect this, if you wanted to, by your menu system at the top. So you might have freebies in here, and you might have a list of like 5 top tips to overcome fatigue, like this one here, and you might drop that in as a drop down and also then link to that page as well. So it's really however you want to do it. The linking, cross-linking between everything is there.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Is that all right? Good.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
From my side, no.
Oh, fabulous. Right. Oh, good. Right. Get busy, Leonilda. I want you to create something, right? And then, if you find any mistakes, you'll probably go, no, this is super easy. And then you won't come back. So if I don't see you, I'll say bye to you both, right? But if you come back, I'll know that you've got a question. Cool. Right. I've got, I think that I think Dale had his hand up. Yeah, Dale's got his hand up. He's eager. Hi, Dale.
Oh, what happened? Oh my God, what happened? Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh shit. Where did I go? Did I lose you? Oh, there. I thought
I'm
all of a
here.
sudden my screen went blank here. I thought I hit the wrong button. Anyway, I went, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. Um, the other day when we were going over about making the blocks on the homepage. So if I just go to block, add an element, new block, use the plus sign, I can start making blocks on that.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got, let me just demo it to you because
And I
we've got,
just fixed that SEO the other day that we were talking about.
good, good job. Good
Mm,
job. That's really good because I remember your site, you had a list of things, didn't you?
right.
So can
Well,
you
just a
drop your
rolling
link?
page. I was like, I guess, wasn't sure what to do, but now I think I feel better about it.
Yeah, well, drop your link in the chat because I just want to show you. Oh, everyone's got their hands up. This is going to be a crazy set. Right, I better go really quick. I'll try and go super quick, guys.
I think
Let me just
I think that'll get us there.
right. Oh, here it is. Here's your site. Right. Okay. Let me just show
Yeah.
you. Right. I'm going to be doing this on the template page, but you're right. Okay. So let me just quickly share. Right. So this is what Dale's got. So we advised, right, for him to split these out because they're all like in one big block down here. It doesn't look very pretty for us, right? So we want to do something that's that looks a little bit better. So what Dale can do is Dale can start to split the site up. So what we asked for Dale to do is to create these separate blocks. So everything's kind of separated. So you need to go through each one of those, grab them and put them into a page. So if I just show you a quick template here. Right, this is just a test page that I was helping Karen out with. So you can see with Karen's one, we set up two different little block types inside here. And these are actually the same. They're just different methodologies to it. So this is a different block here and this is a block here. So what you need to do is you can create one block. Let me do it super quick, right? So inside here, I'm not going to do left and right. I'm going to leave it in the solid alignment. So once I've created that blue block, so if I was probably a bit too quick there. Right, remember guys, if I'm going too quick, shout out, go slower. So go into blocks, you're going to see that you have empty block here. You want to drag that into a location. We can move it, doesn't matter. Then we're going to go and add a row. Now in this case, I'm going to put an image on the right or left, and I'm going to put text in the left block. So I'm going to go add element there, and I'm going to go and find an image that I've already got uploaded, something like this. Okay, and then in that block, I'm going to add an element, and I'm always going to use best practices when I'm showing you these demos, right? So if you've got the heading of that particular block, you always use an H2 block in there, okay? So H2 in there, and then we're going to go and drop our body text in there. I'm not going to put text in, I'm just showing you how it works. And then finally, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to click the plus sign and click buttons, and the button will appear there. So in essence, that's what we've done. So of course, because it's Zenler, you can go into the settings and you can start to style things a little bit better, like put this left aligned, just so it starts to look a little bit better in here. Zenler's got this funny thing when you drop a button in to push it in. So little tip of the day, go to either the button or the form block, anything that's containing the item. Go into the settings and under spacing left and right, just put a negative value of about 10 in here, left and right. And that way it will knock it into alignment with the text. So if any of you see stuff going slightly out, you can tweak it just by putting some negative values in there. All right. So that'll help you. So that is basically a block done there. And of course I can go in and move this up. I don't like these forced headers here, these forced spaces. I really don't like them because I can create my own spaces by using that on the row, you know, gives me absolute control over everything. And you can go in and we'll do this. So I'm going to show you quickly, just going there. So I've created one block. Okay. All I do now is I clone it. So you would copy that first bit of content, put it into the site, and then you would clone it. And then you might say, right, okay, this time for this, I'm going to click inside this row. I'm going to right hand click and I'm going to move this to the left. And then you might want to put your new content in there and do a slight color change on it just to make it look different to the other block. Drop a new image in, link it up, and that's it. And that's how you can build it out to get these different looks for these blocks. Is that all right, Dale?
Appreciate it. Yeah, I have something else I'm working with support on. I appreciate the help you offered on it, and support is helping me. Hey, you know,
Oh,
we're getting it
fantastic.
done, okay?
Good.
And
Fabulous.
I gotta run. I gotta work today.
See you later, Dale. Good to see you. So I don't know who was next. Who was next? Point at the person who was next. Okay. I don't know who it was. Right. I'm gonna pick Irene. Hi, Irene.
Hi, it's been a while since I've talked to you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you again. I watched all your videos on mobile responsiveness last night, and I still can't figure out this problem. So we have there's an echo. I don't know if other people hear it, but I heard an echo. Anyway, it's there's a page in the marketing funnel, and it's acting really strange on the mobile side versus the desktop. And I'm trying to figure out where are the pieces when you're trying to make sure something shows up properly on mobile, and doesn't get restricted off the mobile. So like you can see it on the desktop, and I followed your thing to do the inspect and see what it looks like, and it doesn't show the content from the desktop on the mobile. So somewhere I messed up something, but I don't know what.
Right, so let's have a look at what happens. I can just explain how the mobile works, right? Because that's probably the easiest way. If you visually can see what's happening, that's gonna help you. So I'm gonna just share my screen again, and we're just gonna look at one of the blocks, and then I think it will be clear. What people do a lot is they kind of mess their sites up by going into the mobile, tablet and desktop view, and you don't really need to do that, or you shouldn't do it too much, because you can mess the site up by doing that. So let me just explain by showing, and then hopefully it's going to be really clear. Right, okay, so we got this block here. So if we preview this block, then what's going to happen, and we can look at all the blocks together, what's going to happen with this block is when we go into mobile, this lady on the right hand side is going to drop down, and everything can kind of pull in, because it works like a grid system. All right, so any box, column, cell on the right hand side will always drop down under the one after. Yeah, so that's how it works. So we can see it, we can see that in action. If I go to inspector here and I put this into mobile view, this is what happens. So you can see she's dropped down there. But let's have a look at this one here, because she's dropped under, but this one's gone on top, and that's because of that responsive behavior. Because she's this side, this text and this content drops under her, whereas this one, she will drop underneath that. Does that make sense? So yeah. There are more things you can do, right? So if you wanted, for instance, let's call this desktop. This is when it starts to get a little bit complicated if you're not used to doing this stuff. So I'm going to call this desktop, and I'm going to call this one mobile, right? And if I go and select this main containing block that contains everything inside it, and I go to settings, if you come across to settings here, you might have been playing around with these, and that's where people tend to make mistakes. You keep it simple. Only alter it if you absolutely have to in those settings. Generally, you don't have to. So if I go into settings for this block, this blue block, and I go to hide on, I'm going to say hide this on mobile and tablet. Now, you haven't seen anything change on here. But when I come down and I hit the size for a tablet or mobile, believe it or not, this whole block will disappear. So for mobile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say hide this block on a desktop. So let's go to settings, hide on, and let's go on a desktop. Now, what's going to happen when I click this, it's going to disappear, but it's still there. It's disappeared, but it's still there. And you can find your blocks that you've turned on and off. And this is why I said it can get complicated. If you go into managing your blocks, you're going to see a big thing like this come out over here. And if you look down here, this is where block 6, which is this block, is the one that I turned off for tablet and mobile. Block 7 that you can't see is the one I turned off for desktop. Now, we can't see it because we're viewing this on a desktop. Right? So if I was to turn that back on, it will magically appear. Do you see that?
Yes.
So let's try it and see what happens. So I'm going to save this. We're going to go into that page, which I think is that page there. I'm going to just close this up. And you're going to see that only the desktop one appear. And as I move this down, you're going to see that only now the mobile one appears. Do you see that? And as I bring it up in size until it hits that critical line where it breaks into desktop size, then you'll see that one appear. Do you see that? Bang. It appears there and bang. Because we've hit that size on the browser size.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I get it now.
Right, but be careful when you're playing around with these managing blocks, because you can get yourself lost really easily with that. So also you need to know that as well as this hiding this block, you can also hide text. So if I was to go into here and duplicate this, I could also hide this. So every part of Zenler allows this control, the same control. So if we're hitting settings, you're going to come over to settings, hide on, and I could hide this on desktop and mobile. Notice it's disappeared. But of course, if I go down to tablet or mobile, that will reappear again. So every part of Zenler, even the rows, you can turn this stuff off and hide it on certain devices. So it can get confusing though, because if you're creating multiple blocks, but some people need very specific things. So some people don't like images. So on here, you might want to go in and say, actually, do you know what, on a mobile and on tablet, I don't want that image. So you might want to turn it off here. So that image disappears. Again, something else you could do. Other people put 2 blocks in. So they might put another image on the right and have one appear on mobile and tablet and this one appear on desktop. So there's so many different ways that you can play around with it. It's limitless really with what you can do on that side of things.
Yeah, and limitless on the issues you can cause yourself.
if you don't keep tracking it, you know, this is why I say just keep it simple. Don't try and get too unless you're a techie person, don't get too involved in this stuff. Often what I do is I build my framework or the look and feel of my site inside of Canva or Photoshop or Illustrator, because that then gives me how it's going to look. I can say, right, well, that's not really going to work for mobile. I think I'm going to change that block around a bit. And if you plan it all out, it doesn't become a problem. I don't like going into sites and having to check in the blocks to see if blocks have been turned on and off. I prefer it just to work on everything. So try and work like that. Remember, it's bootstrap, so everything to the right goes underneath as you go down on a phone. That's all you need to think about.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful.
Good to see you, Irene. Right, Declan. We've got you, Declan. Hello. And then I think we've got Jane. You're up next, Jane. Hi, Declan. I can't hear you.
Sorry, I forgot to turn my microphone on. Sorry. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, I just need a bit of help with being able to, what's the word? It's something to do with Google Search Console. Yeah, to
Okay.
verify ownership. And they want me to put a HTML file onto my website, and I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, there's a couple of options that you can use. It's not just HTML. You have another option in there.
Yes,
There might be a script, header script that you add to the page.
I've got HTML, HTML tag, Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, and domain name provider.
You in the search? You in the search console? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Right. I might need to send you to a support doc. I probably need to talk. I need to probably look with you behind the scenes, but I'm not going to do that here because it's sharing.
No worries.
So I can't share mine. So we're in limbo.
No worries.
Declan, we can set up. Message me, right? David@zenler.com. We can set up a live. There was a couple of things that you wanted to talk to. I've been trying to get on a live with you for ages. Okay. So get on a live with me privately and I can just go through these things with you.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yep. No problems.
Nice one. Is that it? Is that all you've got today?
That was it.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
No worries. No worries.
Right. We got Jane. Hi, Jane. Good to see you. I love that background.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. That's what I do. Okay. My question I have written, wow, it is echoing everything back to me. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'll try. There we go. That's much better. Okay. Mine has to do with email, and it's a two-parter. When I send out if people go to my website and try to sign up or contact me, every email I get back to me comes from the same person. It'll say from, and it has this one person's name on every single email. Like the content will then give me the correct person's email, but originally it comes from a person, and I cannot figure out where to change this.
Is that on the contact form?
Well, okay, that was my second part. I don't have a contact form. I tried to put one up there and it just wouldn't happen. So what they're doing, okay, go ahead.
How are people, where are these emails coming from? What are they coming from? A course?
When they go to well, yes, if somebody buys I have a course, if somebody buys the course, this is what happens. And if they want to contact me when I'm teaching, they go to my footer and it says support. That's the only way they can get to me right now. They click on that, fill it out, and I'll get notification that I have a new person, and it's always the same person's name. It's just bizarre. Like in the from part, it'll say the same person every single time.
Right. So I want you to check this a couple of places. Okay. I want you to go log into your admin dashboard on Zenler. I want you to go to your account and I want you to check that email address and the name.
I'm on my Zenler account and the dashboard. And then where do you want me to go?
So you go into your account and then into your profile. So my account, top right, drop down, my account, left, profile.
Okay, profile. Got it.
What's it say?
Okay.
Is it what you want?
Yeah, it says first name Jane, last name Gottschall. The email address, my one
don't share. don't
Okay.
share your email address just because of
Okay.
GDPR. But is that correct for you?
It's the correct one, but my professional one linked to my website is a different one than what they're showing here.
Linked to your Zenler website.
Yes, I have my well, I can share that one because it's anybody wants to contact me. It's my website name, Jane at, and then my website.
Right.
And that's
Okay.
through Outlook. I bought that gets taken care of through Outlook, but it's hooked up to Zenler.
Right. Okay. So right. For instance, if I want all messages, all mails to go from this email address, okay, this is just a dummy email address, guys. So if you see it and you send mails to, it's not going to be answered, right? Just to let you know. So if I've got my email address in there, that's my admin email address. That's the address I'm going to use in my website for getting contacts, call sales, notifications, all this stuff. So I've got that email in my account settings. So that's cool. So the next place you need to go is your site, and you need to go down to your integrations tab here. And inside your integrations, you want to be checking in your Zenler mail. So inside here, you want to edit the details and make sure that that ties up with the name inside there. You also want to check redirect support page messages here as well, just to make sure. Now we have that in there because at the moment what they'll do is they'll go from your profile, but you might have in Zenler Mail, you might have a different email in here than your admin email, right? So
Okay.
make sure that's checked, make sure that's the correct email that you want it to come from, and make sure you've got your business name or your name in there as well, and then click save.
Okay, I'm looking at that right now, and under Zenler Mail, it says it's checked, it says active, it's checked, it says verified, my domain is correct. And then, yeah, so how do I
And
know
those-
which email? Okay,
And
go ahead.
those, and that's the correct email address. So you're getting,
Well, they're not
You'll
showing
get-
an email address, they're just showing my domain.
well, you've gone down to Zenler Mail. You're seeing
Yes.
what I'm seeing here.
Hang on. Yes. And I already got the email domain authentication. That's already been done.
And the email address is not showing the email address that you're using.
It's just showing my domain.
I think that I think maybe you've authenticated against the wrong email address or something, but it's not something I can look at or help you with. You're going to need to go to support.
Okay, I have been, and whatever they told me to do didn't work.
I can't help you because I can't actually go into your dashboard. I can't see what you're seeing. I can just tell you how it works.
Okay, well,
Something your end has been set up wrong. So you
Okay,
need
'cause
to you need to make sure that you've got the, like for instance, if I've got a ton of emails against my professional business, but the one I use in my site is hello at, yeah, and I've made sure that that's inside my site, so when stuff goes through, that's authenticated and goes through, and I get it from hello every single time. So I've set it up myself. If it's going through or to somewhere else, it's something that you've done your end, Jane.
Okay, well, what it's showing here, when I went under edit details, it says Zenler Mail from, it has my name, and then from email has my professional email address. And then it says redirect support page messages here.
Yeah, which is what you've got here.
Yeah, and that's what I have.
And you've got the correct email address, but it's showing a completely different. You're getting it from a completely different email address that you don't know, you've never heard of.
Apparently, it was a student of mine several classes ago, and I cannot get rid of it.
That you let them in as admin.
No. I'm the only admin on there.
Because it won't pick up a student It won't pick up. It won't send out for a student's email.
Well,
You
that's what
shouldn't.
I know. It's just bizarre. She's in my contacts,
And this is
but
happening for
nowhere all the time.
courses, marketing funnel.
Everything. Yep.
It's email broadcast, and when you create an email broadcast, you're seeing. So when you're going into it, you've created. You're seeing their email in there. You're not changing it over.
No,
So
it'll have yeah, it'll have the proper stuff there, but when somebody responds, like I've had 3 classes sold just in the last 2 weeks, and they're all coming from that same person. I mean, no one's complained to me that they haven't received the course, but I don't understand.
but when you set up like an email broadcast, you're getting like, let me just set a brand new one up, because it can't show someone else. If I create a new broadcast in here and I click create, I'm going to get my email address come up in here. You're getting someone else's email address pop up in here.
Okay, hang on. I'm doing it right now. Create broadcast. I just put in new. Okay, it'll say new. Then it says my name, from email, my professional email, and then recipient has nothing in right now because I haven't sent one. It looks correct. Everything looks correct on here. But when I get a response, it's coming from something else. I mean, I'm getting the communication, but everything first comes from and that person's name.
That's strange. That's really strange. It's probably something really simple, but I've never had that
Well,
before.
that's what I figured. Yeah, I've contacted several times, and they say try this, do this. I've done all the steps, and sure enough, I'm teach another class or whatever, or somebody buys a class and I get it in. I'm like, what?
Right. What I think I'll do is I'm pretty sure I can just look at that and solve, but I need to do it privately. I can't do it here on the board.
That's okay. I figured, yeah.
I can't do Declan either. But Declan's here. Maybe I can set up a Zoom the same time tomorrow, and I can batch you in so you can leave once I've solved you, and then Declan can come in afterwards. So if it's out, because I know that this is I could send you to support, but I know this is easy fixes. I just need to look at what you've got, because I think
figured something got checked or unchecked or typed, but I mean everything I look at looks correct.
Yeah.
So okay, how do you want to do? I'm in the US, so
same time tomorrow.
That'd be great. So you'll send me a link or whatever.
Yep. Jane,
okay, sounds good.
Send me an email. Declan, send me an email. Jane, and there might be some more. I don't know. There's all these questions. Right, not too many, please, guys. Friday. Yeah. So send me an email. David@zenler.com. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And then I can get you guys in and do it privately, but not.
Yeah, we'll be the problem children. Okay.
Yeah, you are the problem children. All right. Declan's always a problem child.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll sign off.
Nice one. Lovely. So I think Tim's been waiting a little bit longer than you, Maria, I think. Hi, Tim. Good to see you. Thanks for being patient.
Well, nice to speak to you, David. I've been using Zenler for a couple of years, and I like it mostly. So I had a question about is there a way to simply visualize the membership screen, or like that home page that people come to when they log in at the site? So I find that I'm having to go across to Safari from Chrome, and I'm having to use a private browser. I just wondered if there's a way to preview, because I would like, this is the other question, I guess, I would like to improve the membership screen. And I guess it's this friction that I experience, because I want to make a change, but I always see my membership, how it would look for me, rather than how it would look for a member.
Right.
I'm wanting to make changes. Do you see how I mean?
Absolutely, I understand exactly what you mean. So what I do right? And this is just a good policy for you guys to know as well, is to set yourself up as a test student. So you're actually seeing this stuff because you need to, like when you're going as admin, you see things that not your members don't see, right? So there'll be things like maybe other menu items come up, things at the top, and that's not good, you know. So you always want to be testing as from the student's point of view. I always go extreme when I bring a course out. When I've got the course published, I buy it. I buy the course and I go through it. So I have a separate email address, multiple, that I have set up for testing. So you can go to get free email accounts. You can go to something like proton.me. That's a good one for grabbing. Yeah, that's what I just used in that test site. And you can go in there and you can see that full experience. So you can buy it yourself, right? You don't need to worry because you go afterwards, you go into your payment gateway and then you can refund that money directly back to you and they won't charge you the payment gateway fee because you refunded it back. All right. So that's a full way of doing it. And I advise everybody to do that, especially with the more high ticket courses. But if you want to just go in and check as a student, it's super simple. You just need to log into your admin dashboard. You can go to students here and you'll see I've got a few set up in here. Just add a user, put your email addresses in here. So I can put all this stuff in here. This is something I do a lot, is use the old plus sign on here. And then you can set up a password as well if you want to. I'm just going to stop my screen because my password manager flicks up all my passwords, right? So so I'm going to put that in there. Let me just and then you just save it. You just add it.
But may I just ask though, if I was actually building the page, I need to do a new membership page where my community goes in and it's sort of more welcoming and friendly and and I'm obviously working as an admin because I'm building a page. How can I best switch across to see what a student sees then?
Well, that's what you've got to do. So I just set myself up here with this one here.
Log in as a different user on a different browser. Is that?
Yep. This is another. So I've got that. I've got a password for that user. Okay. So if I want to add myself, I've added myself as the role of student. So I'm going to see logged in pages. I'm going to see the pages. Now I can inside here, this is test student, remember, this is not admin. I can add myself to courses as well. So I can add myself to courses. This is just you. I can add myself to a community. So you can see, you can add yourself and remove yourself. So if I added myself to this plan here, I could send the course enrollment notification as well if I wanted to, but I don't need to. So I click enroll and that's now enrolled me. That will enroll me in that course. If I refresh the screen, it will appear here. So I can go in and see how this looks. So now if I'm looking at this from a member's point of view, what I will do is I can still work in the admin dashboard, but I can come into the site as that test student. So I'm going to go to the browser and I think Safari's got this private tab. So you can open that private tab. You can put in the URL of your site. Let me just... And now I'm not logged in. I'm seeing the front page as a not a logged in user. But now I'm going to sign in. So I go into here and I put my stuff in there. Sorry, I'm going to stop screen again. 2 seconds. Actually, it doesn't come up on here. That's good. Okay, I'm going to share again. You've got to think of these things as you're doing it. So now I've got myself in here. I can log in. And now what I'm going to see is I'm seeing myself as a member. And remember, I gave myself access to that course. So I can also see the course as a student. So I can minimize this window, right? Minimize it. I can make changes in here. Then I can open up that window again. Oh, sorry, it's the wrong one. Now I can open that window again in here and I can basically look around as a student inside there. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I don't even have to go to another browser by the sound of it then.
Well, you need to go to another browser. You need to go to a private window browser.
Yeah, I understand that.
Right,
But
because otherwise it'll log you straight in as admin.
all right.
So you're going to need to go to a private thing because it doesn't cache anything. You're seeing it as it is.
Couple of other small questions. One is, and I think this will be yes, no, or a brand name probably, but do you know of a SMS reminder service that I could use, because I used to use cm.com and it's gotten difficult just to send an SMS reminder when it's just about time to come to a webinar?
No, but
No, okay.
if people have
Fair
got
enough.
your, not that I'll recommend, but you remember the app will give push notifications now.
The Zenler app?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll check that out.
So, like for instance, if I get a notification, if I've got the app on here, and if someone posts, I turn it off, by the way, because it's just crazy, right?
Yeah.
But if I've got it turned on, it'll just pop up that someone's commented or put a note from my communities. It just pops up.
I'm not an app user. I haven't really got around to that yet. So okay, that's interesting.
Well, try it, because it could be a good way. I love the app because you can, like, for the communities that we got set up, because we got a community on Zenler. It's really handy because I can just pop into here and view if any comments or anything come in on my phone, and I can just reply to them. So you can see the feed comes up and you can comment on people's posts in here. So like that, can you see that?
Nearly.
Yeah, so I'm not full screen, but it's there. Right, just play around with it. So it can be good for that, because you do get notification pop-ups.
All right, and then a final question then. So I'm going to experiment with my first community, and I'm going to do this. I've said it's a private community, so they're going to buy a little starter kit from me for 10 or 15 euros is the plan, and they will. One of the things they'll get access to is this community. Now, I went into the community and I started to create a little set of subjects like welcome, a sort of share your wins, a daily check-in. So, and as I understood it, these were actually becoming different communities okay, so that might be wrong. And then of course it became, how could I add people to all of those with just the one product sales, so price plan? Yeah.
Right.
And am I doing something wrong by having different communities? Should I be having different discussions somehow? I couldn't see how that would work.
Right, yeah, there's a lot of different ways you to do it, but I would advise you, simplest way, the easiest way, if you're going to charge to being part of a community, is create it as a course. So I'm going to quickly share my screen. This might be interesting for you guys as well. And I did a video on it, charging for a community, but it's you don't have to set a community up, right? So if you have a discussion community, then it's very easy. So you can go in and create a course and you can charge. So I go, let's go community, right? I don't care if I've got spelling mistakes in this. So I'm going to go create course, and then inside here, I've got a course lesson. I'm going to call this community for this section. I'm not even going to show the section, right? I'm just creating the community inside here. So I'm going to add a lesson, and then I'm just going to, again, it doesn't matter. You can put any text you like because no one's going to see this. I'm just going to tie this to a community. And then inside there, I'm going to turn on enable discussions. Right, when I do that, I've now enabled this as a discussion. A discussion has been set up in this site, and that discussion, name of that discussion is going to be called community, right? I maybe should have named it better, but that's what it's named. It's set that up. Now I'll prove that in a second, but now what will happen is I'll go to my pages, sorry, I go to my pricing, and now I can charge for that. So I can add a new plan, and then I can charge maybe a subscription in here. So let's just set it up. I'll do it really super quick. I'll just leave that default, click finish. Okay, so now that is charged. I will definitely go to my pages, because inside of my do your sales page, if you want to, your checkout page, most important page, course access page here, because I don't want the curriculum tied to this. I only want to be selling the community. So I don't need the curriculum block inside the course access page. Remember, the course access page is the page where people go with the course. So I haven't got any content in there. That's why in that lesson I just put TXT. I don't care. I don't want them in there. I just wanted to set up as a discussion community. So if I delete this out, I would then create a block in here, and I'm going to change it in a second. Let me just go in here, add group there, go in here, add a button, and this button will eventually go straight to the community. Go to your paid community. Okay, got that spelling wrong. I don't care, right? There, and I'll delete this block out. I'll even delete this block out. So pretty harsh. I deleted everything out of the course access page, but I put this button in there. So now I'm going to click save. Now this is where you need to link this button. So I'm going to go into my site again. I'm going to go to communities, and you're going to see that there's going to be a community that's been built. Because I turned on discussions. There it is, course discussions. That's it. So if I click in there, it's going to give me the URL there. You see? So when I created that course, I created a discussion community. I deleted the curriculum out of the course access page. I put a button in there. I went to the community. It's now created that community. I can now copy that URL, go back to my course access page, and I can simply add that button in there and click save. And now I've created a paid community through the system. So all it leaves me left to do now is to actually just go and publish that course. And once that course is published, people can pay for it. So let's go into courses. There's no course card or anything, but I'm going to go in there. I'm going to click in here, publish course. There you go. And now that should appear in here as, there you go, community. So if I click that, you create your sales page, you enroll in the course, you get rid of all this stuff from the sales page. When they go into that page, they will have this button. When they bought it, they'll click that, and because they're part of that community, they'll already be in there.
Okay, that's I didn't think of doing it that way. Question then. So there was one there, and it said community, and I think what I'd also like to accomplish is to have like 3 different topics, like a welcome topic where they say who they are, and then after that, another discussion where they
Right, Tim, be really careful. What I would suggest to you is, you don't want to put them in multiple communities, right?
Okay.
You want to be trying to cover it so that you've got stuff going on in your post. You want it to be active. You don't want people to have to jump around from community to community. You can put them in, but it becomes really unmanageable. Like when you hit this critical mass of about 5 communities, it then becomes a real time drain. And you've got to be really careful with your time that you're spending. It's better to have one community that's got a lot of different things going on in it than to have 5 communities with less going on in each of them. See? It's just more momentum.
Is there any way to, I mean, let's say if I was to say to people, please say who you are and what you're here for. Is it possible that all those kind of welcome type comments, and I thought I might also have the like community guidelines. is it possible that somebody can come in then and see all the welcomes somehow? Is there a tag or anything like that? Or maybe not, huh?
No,
Because I guess there would be.
we haven't got like a new members, like welcome to this and all the new members come up, all those things. We are, by the way, I just showed you how to charge for a community.
Yeah.
But Zenler, I know for a fact that, because Rakesh was saying that you're going to have the ability to charge for communities in their own right. That's something that's coming along, Tim. And there's going to be gamification coming into here as well. So I think part of the gamification probably will be pulling in personalization of some kind. So because you're going to mark people with different badges and things, right? So that could be good. I think later on you'll be able to make people higher ratings in there, like group experts and things like this. So maybe they've got a little bit more control over some of the settings and things. But remember that under groups, under the rules, you can set rules for people coming in, or people answer certain questions that you might have. So if you're setting up your community, you can actually set up to have people post certain questions. So I'm trying to find where it is. Am I logged in as a thingy? Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna send you to the community connection workshop. Did you take part in that? It covered everything.
I watched a video, I think, when you released the communities feature, but I might have missed.
If you've missed this, this was a huge workshop that we ran. That gives you loads and loads of freebies, like different post types you can use using AI to generate group rules, how to manage multiple communities, the difference between all the community types, and all of these things. So what I'll do is I'll drop it in the chat. Have a look. There's a lot of videos there, but you can just pick the videos that you want. Right?
Right.
So let me drop that in there, Tim. There we go. So you should see it there.
Okay, I've got that now.
That's the wrong one. That's the Tour of Zenler workshop. I'll have that as well. Just drop. Right, we've got so many workshops. Here it is, Community Connection. I was looking at it and then I was like, why is there only one video in there? We did tons. That's it there. So that is the community connection. You can't get any more in depth than that. So if you can stay awake long enough, Tim, to watch all those videos,
all right,
you'll be doing well.
Okay, I'll take a look. All right, thanks very much, David.
That's all right, Tim. So we've got Maria in, and then we've got I'm gonna have to ask you to pronounce your name when you're on. All right. Hi, Maria. Thank you for being so patient.
Hi. Thank you. And it's the first time for me here in live, so I just want to thank you, David, and Kevin as well for the accelerator program. Because it has really got me going, even if I'm not through yet. So I'm looking at the replays, so it's really good. But a couple of questions. Could it be that you have something that makes everyone echoing? Because I hear myself as well.
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to check this back.
Because I think all of us has been in. No, whatever.
Hold on. 2 seconds. Let me just try something on my sound settings.
Yep.
Okay. You all right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Much better. Thank you.
Good.
When you hear your own voice all the time. One question: when I do the automated emails, do I have some kind of GDPR rules? Have the mailing address? Or can I just delete that out? Because my company is the mailing address, like the post is for my home address, so it doesn't look that professional. So my first question is it possible to, I know I can delete it, but is it correct or?
No, it's part of the GDPR rules. So you've got to
Okay.
have a mailing address or a company associated with that.
Yeah.
You can get things like some people use PO boxes to do this sort of stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So if you've got
Yeah.
a problem with the home your home
Yeah.
address, you could of course
Yeah.
put the address down and change the postcode or something like that, or put a different number in there, I guess. But under GDPR, you should be doing it by the book.
Yeah. So for every email sending out, it should be down below my.
It's a requirement,
Yeah.
just like the unsubscribe, right? So it's
Yeah.
just best policies for us to include that.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want the site to become some sort of phishing site or something, you know,
No,
where
I
people,
understand.
not that
It's
you
just
would.
that, it's just that because at Zenler I use the company address and then that's the address showing up. So I just wondered. Perfect. And then I know you have done a video about making the logo and the header, actually the logo bigger, and then but that was from 2021, I think. So perhaps something has changed because I couldn't. It's is it
Still
this?
current.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
like the ninja tricks
Yeah,
video.
ninja
Or
tricks.
yeah,
Ninja
yeah,
tricks.
okay, perfect. Then I go back to
Yeah.
that one.
It's super easy to do, guys. So, you know, we don't want to be careful. You're driving, right? So I'm driving.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, you like the Ninja Tricks course, right, is about coding, but it's very, very simple, right? We've had people that no code at all can use it.
Yeah.
So if you go to our tutorial site, you're going to find it in there. And it just shows you how to do some of these things. Like people have asked for parallax effect, where text is on the top and then images move underneath. Do you know that parallax type effect? Or they want the menu at the top to stick when people scroll through a page. So it shows all these kind of tricks. And if you go into everything else, you're going to see it. Yeah, it's there. It's called the Advanced Ninja Tricks. But don't be afraid, right? If you can't break anything, right? If something goes wrong, you just remove the code and go, okay, well, that didn't work. I'm not going to touch it anymore. So inside here, this has got a ton of different stuff that you can do inside Zenler. And it's more of it's more of a power user, but it's not advanced coding, right? I've made this so it's super, super simple. Many of the times I've given you the code for it to use. And if you start to use this, I don't think you'll go back. Just to let you know, this is how I handle resizing stuff in my site. And I can literally change the color of all of my title tags in less than 3 seconds. Like throughout even if I've got a million pages, I could just change a little bit of code and the colors would change through my site. If I wanted to make the headings slightly smaller, again, 2 seconds, and I've done that on a whole of my site. Very, very powerful. It's really easy to get started and it's really easy to build on those skills. And it's just using CSS. That's all. It might scare you, but it just means you're looking at your site and it's looking at particular things you ask it to look for. So for instance, links. You might target that link and say, I want to change all of the links to this color, and it will do it instantly throughout your site. So
and if I do something wrong, I can just like delete the code in the CSS box. So yeah, perfect.
Delete and save, and bang, you're back.
Yeah,
but you won't
perfect.
have any problems. You won't have any problems.
No, so then I will look into that and know that it's still correct. So perfect, thank you. And perhaps that because my experience is that when I go to the branding on my site and try to change like the colors for the text and etc., and it doesn't like changes on the different side pages I done. So could it be that it's better to go into the CSS code and
No. Right. So people have problems with this all the time, and generally it's because they're not. There's two reasons. One is they're not looking at their site in incognito, so the colors have
Yep,
changed, but
yep,
they're
yep.
just looking at them and going, they haven't changed, and they haven't refreshed their browser. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's a really common one, right?
yeah,
So the
yeah.
other reason is that they've turned, because in each of the blocks in your site you get a branding tab, right? So let me just show you quickly, and this is another reason why sometimes it doesn't show. So if I go in, so that's one of the big reasons. That's like number one, is like people are not using
Yep.
incognito. But another one is if you click the blocks and you come here and you've got apply branding turned off, it will go completely different because you're not
Okay.
applying your branding to it. Now I am, now I'm not.
Right.
Right? So that is a big one as well. So check your blocks that you've got that branding applied, otherwise it will turn it off. You can
Yep.
see if you grab some of the pre-made blocks, not that I use the pre-made blocks, sorry, Racket, he knows I never use them, right? So I always like to create my own, but if I go to the call to action blocks, this does some funny things. So I put it in here and look, it hasn't got, it's not looking like it should, and that's because if I've got the apply branding on, if I turn it off, bang, it goes to what it was designed as. Well, it should be probably when I save it, but it changes it back. So check that out because that's a big one inside there.
And as I think the incognito was because I have been just looking, previewing my in the same browser. So I think that will sort it out. And last question, if I find like on my own site that I done some time ago, or some other like a block I like, but I can't see what kind of block can I. Do I have to go through all the blocks to find it, or can I in some way see what kind of block is this? For example, when I now have the standard pages and something, this looks good, I want to use that on another page. So is there some way to see what kind of block is used? Do you understand what I mean?
No.
Yep.
Like
so for example, if you go to the home page as it is when you like just start Zenler from the beginning, then you have different blocks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah. And then for one block, I can see like you have this 3 columns, and I want to use that again on another. Of course, I can copy it or clone it, but can I in some way see if I just mark that, or what it's called in English? Can I see what kind of block or element it is? Or do I have to?
I see what you mean. So you want to find it in the block editor.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not talking about a custom block. No, you're just
no. Yeah.
You'll need to see what sort of block it is. You'll need to go,
I have
that must be in the
okay.
that must be in the CTA blocks, or that must be in the
so I have to go through everything, and this looks the same. It has to okay.
It doesn't it won't tell you. I mean, it's pretty self-evident, because like if I drop this in here, I know that's the pricing block. I know that if I go into the pricing, I'm going to find that block. I know that if it's a CTA block, call to action block, you can see that it's call to action block, and I would know that it was an area. So it isn't. I understand what you mean. Is there a marker here that says call to action?
No, exactly. No, but it's not a big problem. I just wonder, so I don't have. Because now I go through, what could this be? And I go through everything, and I thought perhaps it's an easy way to just see what kind of block it is. But that's okay. So then I know. So it's not a big problem.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So thanks,
Maria. I think I've got Bryn. Bryn's been waiting really patiently.
Yeah. And I'm thank you so much. I'm done.
I'm finishing like in 2 minutes. I'm already 14 minutes over time, so I want to just answer Bryn. Maria, remember Saturday we got Mammy Saturday, and she's on at 11 a.m. So you can join her as well. But really good to see you for the first time.
You too. Thank you. Bye. See you. Bye.
Hi, Bryn. How are you?
Hi, good. Nice to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Maria, you seeing the little chat I put in there for you? Yeah, okay. Um, okay, a couple of questions. One is, I believe there's a way to bulk add students to a course without charging them if they've already paid through another platform. Is that correct?
Yeah. All you need to do is you need to have a CSV file and you need to bulk add them. So in your students, so in your area, so you'll need to get that. Most systems will allow you to export out in CSV format.
Yeah.
So if you come into here, you can add your users into here. You go import users. It'll ask you for a CSV file format, and
Okay.
it will basically map. It will map. There'll be mappings come up that allow you to map first name to first name field, last
Yeah.
name to last name field, blah 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 blah. And then once they're in there, you could use bulk actions to select all the students, and you can go bulk action and you can go enroll in course. Yeah.
Okay. But that won't charge them, or it will?
No, because you've manually enrolled them.
Okay, so if I manually enroll them, they don't get charged.
No.
If it's a subscription, if it's a membership, they don't get charged the first month, but then they get charged the next billing cycle, or
No, they don't get charged.
they never get charged?
No, they never get charged because they haven't put their card details in there, right?
Oh, okay.
So
Right.
you'll bring them in. What I would do in that case is I bring them
Oh,
into
so
the
then how
system.
do they get their username and password and everything?
They can just reset it. So there's an email that goes out to them with a reset link, or you could send an email out saying reset your password and give them the password reset link.
Okay, so once I bulk enroll them into the course, will they automatically get the course automations and the email saying you are now enrolled in the course, access it here?
Yeah, but you won't do that. If you're charging them, you'll import them in as users,
Yeah.
maybe as leads, and
Okay.
then you'll send them an email. So you bring them in, maybe tag them with something like, I don't know, 2025 or something. And then you can send them an email saying enroll in my course and send them a link to the course. And that way they can just register, pay, and then they're part of the system.
Oh, so if I bulk import them into the site, again, how do they get their username? Does that email go out to them?
Right. Well, if you're trying to get them, I mean, it doesn't really matter how you do it, right? So from the other system that you're using, you could email them from there and say, look, sign up here,
Mm-hmm.
sign up in here. Once they go through the sign up process, they will create their username, they will create their password,
Mm-hmm.
and they will buy the course or they will buy the membership. So they then be in the system. So you could do it from whatever system you're using externally. I don't know. Or, like I said, you can import them in, send them an email saying, here's the course. Then they could come in there. If you want to give them an incentive to go in, say, but not pay for the first month, you could set up a coupon and apply a first billing only to that coupon to say free first billing only, and then afterwards they would pay. But in any case, you can never bring a user in and take credit card details or use them. They need to do that themselves. It's really important.
Okay. So that's fine if I want them to pay, but if I say I've collected money, say I want to promote one of my courses on Eventbrite, I can either like say I take, is it too complicated to take the money on Eventbrite and then bulk upload them if it's not a subscription, if it's just a one-time fee?
Um, no, you could bulk import them and just add them to a course. And then they've got access to that course. They'll get an email and they'll have to set their password up,
Okay.
and then they're in. But you might want to also think about looking at something like Zapier, because you might be able to get them to buy off of the platform, and you might be able to use Zapier to trigger an enrollment into the course.
Oh,
So it could be an automated process. And that's what people do if they're using things like Thrivecart, right? So
okay.
they've got Thrivecart, they buy in there, and then they get enrolled into the Zenler course. So they take their payment through Thrivecart. So yours would be the same, but with Everbright, isn't it? You use
Eventbrite. Yeah.
Eventbrite. So maybe there's a link. I don't even know
Oh,
if
okay. I can
Zapier.
check on that. And then once they are automatically enrolled through Zapier or through me bulk enrolling them.
Yeah, and I can see already there, Bryn, that Zapier have got an Everbright integration.
Oh, good.
So you'll be able to link that up with Zenler inside
Okay.
there.
Okay, great.
So
And then
that's
that
definitely
way,
that would automate the process, make it a lot better for you.
oh, great. And so they'd come in, they'd get an email saying, you've been enrolled in the course, create your password, here's the link to access it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Depending on how, because there'll be
Now, do I need to set that up?
well, your automations will cover that. So when they go to link in, they would just do a password reset. Go through the process, set it up as
Okay.
yourself and
Yeah.
see, and you'll see exactly what you get. But it's pretty obvious. It's just reset your password so you can.
I imagine the first email they get, automated email, is from the site emails rather than the course email.
Well, it might be more complicated than that, because I don't know if you've got emails going out through Eventbrite.
Well, I will set up an email going out through Eventbrite saying whatever it is I want to say, depending on how I'm structuring it.
Right, because depending on your
But
purpose.
not the course. The course automation will go through the course automation.
Right, okay, that's cool. Yeah, so keep that separate, and then you can send it out through there. But yeah, it's good that Zapier's got, probably Pabbly has as well, a connection to Eventbrite.
Okay, super. Thanks. Another question came up when you were talking.
Bryn, I've got to leave. Honestly,
Oh, you have
it's
to
like
leave.
22
Okay.
minutes past.
It's one sentence.
It's got to be a yes or no.
Okay, yes or no. Can you have different threads in one community?
No. Well, each post has its own set of threads, just like Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, but you
Gotcha.
can't thread on a thread. But we're getting more. The community is still undergoing lots of changes. Bryn.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
come back to talk about that another time.
When you're next in the support desk, right, I'll get you first, right? You'll be
Okay.
first up. All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
See you later, guys. Take care and be careful driving, right? See you later. Bye.
Bye.